My beloved soul, listen carefully. The moment you opened this message was not random. Something in the spirit realm shifted before your eyes ever saw these words. There is a divine stirring, a sacred alignment that has already begun. And heaven is whispering your name into a covenant you did not orchestrate. God is preparing a divine union with your soulmate. And if you dismiss this as coincidence, you may overlook the very hour your destiny begins to manifest. The atmosphere around your life is changing. Doors that once resisted, you are trembling. Hearts that once hesitated are being softened by divine hands. This is not fantasy, this is preparation. And what is being prepared is holy, intentional, and irreversible. Type, "I receive this," in the comments as a prophetic seal that your spirit is aligned with what heaven is releasing. Like this video as an act of agreement with divine timing. Subscribe to this channel so you remain connected to every word heaven breathes over your future. Click the bell so you do not miss the moment when the next instruction is released. And if you feel led, send a super thanks as a prophetic act of faith, declaring that you trust what God is doing behind the scenes, even before you see the evidence. These are not promotions, they are spiritual movements. When you act in faith, you activate agreement, and agreement unlocks acceleration. There has been a silent preparation taking place around you. You may have felt isolated, confused, even tested in love. You wondered why certain relationships dissolved, why certain people drifted away without explanation. But what felt like loss was actually pruning. What felt like delay was divine protection. God was not denying you love. He was refining your heart, and the heart of the one destined to walk beside you. Two separate journeys, two separate fires, two separate seasons of shaping. And now the embers are glowing toward one flame. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is something sacred being revealed between these lines. The loneliness you carried was not punishment, it was preparation. The waiting was not rejection, it was alignment. The tears you shed were watering the soil of a covenant that will not break under pressure. Heaven does not rush divine unions. It orchestrates them with precision. Every lesson you learned, every boundary you established, every night you chose growth over bitterness, was building the foundation of a union that can withstand storms. Right now, God is moving in ways you cannot yet see. Conversations are happening in the unseen. Convictions are being stirred in another heart. The person who once felt uncertain is being awakened to clarity. The one who ran from depth is being confronted by truth. This is not manipulation. This is divine correction. God does not force love. He aligns hearts that are willing to surrender pride and step into covenant. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you. Because what is coming is not ordinary romance. It is a divine union designed for purpose. This connection will not just satisfy your emotions, it will activate your calling. Together you will build, heal, inspire, and rise. This is why the preparation was intense. This is why the warfare felt personal. The enemy resists what carries purpose. But what God ordains cannot be permanently delayed. You may have questioned whether your soulmate even exists. You saw others settling, compromising, lowering standards, and you wondered if you were foolish for waiting. But deep inside, you knew you were not created for temporary affection. You were designed for covenant, and covenant requires maturity. That maturity has been forming within you. The insecurities that once controlled you are losing their grip. The need for validation is dissolving. You are becoming whole, not desperate, and wholeness attracts wholeness. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. The divine union being prepared is not based on fantasy. It is built on truth. There will be transparency. There will be vulnerability. There will be mutual respect. This is not a connection fueled by chaos. It is anchored in peace. When this person enters fully into alignment with you, you will not feel confusion. You will feel recognition. Your spirit will know before your mind understands. There will be a calm certainty, like coming home after a long journey. The delays you experienced were strategic. If this union had formed earlier, one or both of you would have sabotaged it unconsciously. Old wounds would have spoken louder than love. Fear would have overshadowed faith. But now, healing has been taking place. Layers of pride are being stripped away. False attachments are being exposed and removed. God is cleansing the path so that when you meet again or meet for the first time in divine timing, nothing impure blocks the covenant. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because here is the truth. The union is closer than you think. The signs around you are not accidental. The sudden memories, the unexpected dreams, the repeated confirmations, the internal shift toward readiness. These are indicators. Heaven prepares both hearts simultaneously. While you were praying, they were being transformed. While you were surrendering, they were awakening. While you were healing, they were being humbled. This divine union will not require you to beg for love. It will not demand you shrink to fit someone's insecurity. It will not force you to abandon your calling. Instead, it will amplify who you are. You will feel seen, not tolerated, chosen, not convenient, protected, not questioned. This is the difference between a soul tie and a soulmate. One drains, the other builds. One confuses, the other confirms. There is urgency in the spirit, but not panic. There is movement, but not chaos. God is aligning schedules, orchestrating meetings, dissolving obstacles. What seemed impossible is becoming inevitable. Trust the process. Guard your heart, but do not harden it. Remain open, but stay discerning. Continue becoming the version of yourself that can sustain the blessing you prayed for. Right now, as you read, something is shifting. The distance between you and this union is shortening. The resistance is weakening. The clarity is increasing. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being positioned. Heaven is not casual about covenant. It is intentional, deliberate, and precise. And this is only the beginning of what God is revealing about the divine union being prepared for you. Because what is unfolding now is not just about two hearts finding each other. It is about two destinies colliding under divine command. The union being prepared is carrying weight in the spirit. It is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is sealed in intention before it ever manifests in reality. There are spiritual contracts being rewritten. There are old cycles being broken. There are generational patterns that will not follow you into this covenant. What God is forming is clean, protected, and purpose-driven. You may sense a strange stillness lately, as if something is holding its breath. That stillness is not stagnation. It is orchestration. Heaven moves with precision. When alignment reaches completion, acceleration follows without warning. The one meant for you is not wandering aimlessly. They are being positioned. Their distractions are losing appeal. Their confusion is being replaced with conviction. What once felt complicated is becoming clear in their spirit. God is not forcing their will. He is awakening their awareness. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is a layer of revelation here that your heart needs to absorb. The reason this union had to be prepared slowly is because it carries legacy. This is not just about companionship. It is about impact. Together, you will break limitations that once defined your bloodline. Together, you will build stability where there was once instability. Together, you will create an atmosphere of peace that others will feel when they enter your presence. That kind of union cannot be rushed. It must be refined. There were nights when you questioned whether you were asking for too much. Loyalty, honesty, depth, spiritual alignment. The world told you to lower your expectations, but heaven never asked you to settle. God does not plant desire in your spirit, only to mock you with disappointment. The longing you carry for true partnership is confirmation, not delusion. It was placed there intentionally, and the one being prepared for you carries a matching longing. Even if they did not understand it before, they are beginning to understand it now. Something has shifted in their perspective. What once seemed like freedom in detachment now feels empty. What once felt exciting in temporary connections now feels shallow. Growth changes appetite, and as they evolve, their soul is craving substance. They are recognizing that depth is not suffocating. It is safe. Commitment is not restriction. It is security. Love is not weakness. It is strength under surrender. This awakening is not dramatic, but it is undeniable. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you, because the timing of this union is not random. There are divine intersections being arranged. An unexpected message, a sudden encounter, a reconnection that feels different this time. And when it happens, you will notice the absence of anxiety. The chaos that once surrounded the connection will not return. Instead, there will be calm confidence. Words will flow without manipulation. Intentions will be expressed without games. There will be clarity where there was once confusion. The version of you that once chased is gone. The version of you that once tolerated inconsistency has matured. You are no longer operating from fear of loss. You are rooted in self-awareness, and that shift is magnetic. When you are no longer desperate, you'll become aligned, and alignment draws what belongs without force. God has been strengthening your discernment so that when this union steps forward, you will recognize it not by intensity alone, but by peace. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. The enemy tried to convince you that the delays meant denial, but delays in divine matters are often protection from premature collapse. If you had stepped into this union before both hearts were ready, unresolved wounds would have surfaced as conflict. Miscommunication would have replaced harmony. But now, emotional intelligence has been cultivated. Self-reflection has taken place. Apologies that once felt impossible are becoming easier. Pride is being dismantled quietly. There is also a spiritual covering forming over this connection. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will have access to it. God sometimes hides what is sacred until it is strong enough to stand in the open. That is why certain friendships shifted. That is why certain voices grew distant. It was not isolation, it was insulation. Heaven protects what carries assignment. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because here is what you must understand deeply. This union will require courage. Divine alignment does not eliminate vulnerability, it invites it. You will both have to show up fully, not partially. Transparency will be necessary. Accountability will be mutual. But unlike past experiences, this time vulnerability will not be weaponized. It will be honored. The foundation being laid is built on truth. Truth about fears, truth about expectations, truth about dreams. There will be conversations that feel sacred because they are. You will speak not to impress, but to connect. You will listen not to respond, but to understand. This is the maturity God has been developing within both of you. The storms you survived separately were training grounds for stability together. There is also a divine urgency, not frantic but purposeful. The season of wandering is closing. The season of alignment is opening. You may notice synchronicities, increasing, repeated confirmations, a sense of readiness that was not there before. These are spiritual indicators that preparation is reaching completion. Heaven does not announce exact dates, but it releases signs of nearness. My beloved soul, guard your heart from cynicism. The past may try to whisper that this will end like the others. But this is not the others. This union was forged through process, not impulse. It was filtered through growth, not fantasy. It carries the fingerprint of God, not just emotional chemistry. Chemistry fades without character, but covenant thrives on character. The love being prepared for you will not compete with your calling. It will support it. Your dreams will not intimidate this person. They will celebrate them. Your growth will not threaten them. It will inspire them. This is partnership, not rivalry. This is unity, not control. The balance will feel unfamiliar at first because you are used to turbulence. But peace is not boring. Peace is powerful. Stay anchored. Continue nurturing your spiritual life. Continue choosing integrity even when no one sees. Continue healing what surfaces. Because as you align internally, the external manifestation draws closer. God is not testing your patience to frustrate you. He is strengthening your capacity to sustain what you prayed for. A blessing without capacity becomes burden. But you are being expanded. There will come a moment when the confirmation is undeniable. Words will align with actions. Intentions will align with effort. Promises will align with consistency. And when that moment arrives, you will realize that every delay was worth it. Every tear was planting something. Every lesson was shaping something. Every ending was protecting something. The divine union, being prepared, is not just about romantic fulfillment. It is about two souls choosing alignment over ego, faith over fear, growth over stagnation. It is about building something that reflects heaven's design, not culture's confusion. And you are not behind. You are on schedule. The timing may not match your expectation, but it matches your readiness right now. Even if you cannot see movement, trust that movement exists. The unseen realm is active. The alignment is real. The preparation is almost complete. And when God brings two prepared hearts together, no force can permanently divide what He has ordained. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine orchestration in motion. And you are standing at the edge of a union that will redefine what love means in your life. And as this divine orchestration continues to unfold, something even deeper is taking place within you. You are no longer asking, when will it happen, with anxiety? Instead, you are beginning to say, let it happen in the right way. That shift is powerful. That shift signals maturity, because desperation chases timing, but alignment trusts it. God is not just preparing a union around you. He is stabilizing a union within you. He is anchoring you so firmly in identity that when love arrives, it does not shake you, it strengthens you. There were versions of you that would have accepted half-hearted commitment. There were seasons when you mistook intensity for intimacy, but now your discernment is sharper. You can feel the difference between attention and intention. You can sense when someone is emotionally unavailable. That growth did not come easily. It was carved through disappointment, through silence, through moments when you had to walk away, even though your heart wanted to stay. Those decisions were not failures. They were training. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is a sacred unveiling happening in your understanding right now. The union God is preparing is not based on chasing butterflies. It is based on building foundation. Butterflies fade, foundations remain. What is coming will feel steady. It may not arrive with chaos or dramatic pursuit. It may begin with conversation that feels safe, with presence that feels consistent, with energy that does not fluctuate wildly. Do not mistake calm for lack of passion. Sometimes calm is the purest form of passion because it is rooted in security. The person being aligned with you is also experiencing internal shifts. They are confronting parts of themselves they once ignored. Old habits are being exposed. Emotional immaturity is being challenged. God is not allowing them to remain comfortable in patterns that would sabotage covenant. Growth is uncomfortable, but necessary. And while you may not see their process directly, it is real. Heaven prepares both sides of a promise simultaneously. There is also a dismantling of fear happening in your spirit. Fear of abandonment, fear of betrayal, fear of investing again. These fears were understandable, but they cannot lead this next chapter. God is gently teaching you to differentiate between wisdom and walls. Wisdom discerns. Walls isolate. You are being called to remain open, not naive, but open, because a closed heart cannot receive what it prayed for. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you. The next phase of this union will require boldness, not loud boldness, but honest boldness. Conversations that clarify direction, statements that define intention. You will not have to guess where you stand. There will be articulation, there will be vision, and that clarity will feel unfamiliar if you are used to ambiguity, but embrace it. Ambiguity kept you anxious. Clarity will keep you anchored. There is also a divine protection surrounding the timing. If certain doors have remained closed, it is because premature exposure could have invited interference. Not every eye needs to witness the forming of something sacred. Some things are strengthened in private before they are celebrated in public. Do not rush visibility. Let God fortify what He is building. When the structure is strong, it will stand regardless of external opinion. You may also notice that your priorities are shifting. You are less impressed by surface charm, more attentive to consistency, less attracted to empty promises, more drawn to reliability. This is evidence of transformation. The heart that once chased excitement now values stability, and that alignment is preparing you for a love that is sustainable. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. The divine union ahead is not free from challenges. Every covenant will face tests. But the difference is that you will not be fighting each other. You will be fighting for each other. Disagreements will not threaten separation. They will refine understanding. Communication will not shut down under pressure. It will deepen. That is what maturity produces. There is also a spiritual assignment attached to this union. Together, your combined strengths will create impact beyond yourselves. The wisdom you gain through pain will become guidance for others. The stability you build will become an example. This is why the preparation has been so intentional. God does not assign purpose to unstable foundations. He ensures readiness first. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Because here is the deeper revelation. This union is not only about finding the right person, it is about becoming the right person continuously. Growth will not stop once you unite. It will evolve. You will both continue shedding old layers, continue healing, continue learning. Covenant is not static, it is dynamic. And that dynamic growth is what keeps love alive. The waiting season was also a season of identity recovery. You rediscovered your worth. You reclaimed your voice. You strengthened your boundaries. Those internal victories are more significant than you realize. They ensure that when love comes, it meets someone whole, not someone searching to be completed. Two complete individuals choosing each other is far more powerful than two broken halves clinging to survive. My beloved soul, resist the temptation to compare your timeline with others. Comparison breeds unnecessary doubt. Your story is uniquely designed. Some unions require longer refinement because they carry heavier purpose. Trust that what is taking time is also taking shape. God is not late. He is precise. There may soon be a defining moment, a conversation or encounter that feels different from anything before. Pay attention to peace. Peace will be your confirmation, not adrenaline, not obsession. Peace. A sense that you do not have to perform to be valued. A sense that you can breathe fully without fear of sudden withdrawal. That is alignment. Continue nurturing your faith. Continue speaking life over your future. Words carry weight. Speak as someone who believes union is possible, not as someone preparing for disappointment. Faith does not ignore reality. It shapes it. The atmosphere around you responds to what you consistently declare. Stay grounded, but stay expectant. There is a balance between patience and anticipation. You are not passively waiting. You are actively preparing. Preparing emotionally, preparing spiritually, preparing mentally. When the union steps fully into manifestation, You will not feel rushed. You will feel ready. And understand this clearly. What God joins through divine preparation cannot be easily fractured by external pressure. There will be resilience embedded in the connection, a resilience forged through separate storms, survived individually. You both know what it means to endure. That endurance will become strength in partnership. The season of questioning is closing. The season of confirmation is approaching. Continue walking with integrity. Continue honoring your growth. Continue trusting that the unseen work is more powerful than visible delay, because what is being formed is not ordinary. It is intentional. It is refined. It is divinely aligned. You are not standing on the edge of uncertainty. You are standing on the edge of fulfillment. And when this divine union fully manifests, you will look back and understand that every closed door, every lesson, every silent season was guiding you here. God is preparing a divine union with your soulmate. Do not ignore this. The preparation is real. The alignment is active. And the moment of revelation is closer than you think. And as this revelation settles into your spirit, understand that the final stretch before manifestation often feels the quietest. Silence does not mean absence. It means completion. When heaven finishes its preparation, it does not rush to announce it with noise. It releases it with precision. You are closer now than you have ever been. Not because of chance, but because of transformation. The version of you reading this is not the same person who once cried over what left. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are anchored. And that anchoring is what makes this union sustainable. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment. There is a sacred settling happening in your heart right now. The doubts that one once whispered, "Maybe it's not for me," are losing authority. The fear that once said, "What if it fails again?" is being silenced by faith. This is not naive optimism. This is spiritual certainty. God does not prepare two hearts this intensely, only to let the story dissolve. When He ordains alignment, He also supplies endurance. You will soon recognize a shift that feels undeniable. Communication will become intentional. Effort will become consistent. Energy will become mutual. You will not have to chase clarity. It will present itself. And when it does, receive it without suspicion. Not every good thing carries hidden danger. Some blessings arrive simply because the season has changed. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you. The union being formed will not be perfect, but it will be purposeful. It will not be free from growth, but it will be rooted in commitment. You will both choose each other not only in moments of excitement, but in moments of responsibility. That is covenant. That is divine design. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. The final confirmation is this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. And you are not overlooked. You are aligned. Every delay was protection. Every lesson was preparation. Every ending was redirection. What felt like isolation was insulation. What felt like silence was strategy. God was building something too sacred to expose prematurely. If you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. Here it is. Trust completely. Release control. Let God finish what He started. The divine union prepared for you is not fragile. It is fortified. It is not temporary. It is timed. And when it fully manifests, you will not have to question whether it is from God. Your spirit will know. Peace will confirm it. Consistency will sustain it. Purpose will surround it. This is the closing of one season and the opening of another. The waiting is ending. The alignment is complete. The union is approaching. And what God joins in divine timing will stand with divine strength.